What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Big A. This is season 2 of the Big A Show.
We're back.
I'm glad everybody is back. I'm your host, Big A. My co-host,
Karev up in here.
That's right.
They
Karev
didn't
is
think
in
we
the
could
house.
do it again.
That's right. Karev is in the house.
They didn't think we could do it again.
And also we got Striker.
Finish him.
Striker.
Finish him.
Striker.
Flawless victory.
Flawless victory. Yeah. All right. Big A wins. All right. So shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. It's the Big A Show. I'm so happy to be back. The Big A Show is sponsored by PeterPainRelief.com. That's our main sponsor. We have CBD products here for everyone tuning in and for the visuals. You can check out the show at ADYAR at AHDAYAR on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment.
Hit the notification bell for when new episodes come up. They are alerted to know not to wait, but to see it immediately as soon as it drops.
Ooh, I like that. You slam dunked it. Okay,
right.
that's how we doing it. We LeBron and the AD.
LeBron, AD.
No, we LeBron and AD.
Oh, okay. You the old man, I'm the young dude. That's how we
LeBron,
going.
Oh, we still doing shots. All right.
Yeah.
Gray beard. All right.
Yo, Moses.
Okay. So a lot has been going on since we had the last episode. Unfortunately, we're living in horrific, scary ass times. We have the coronavirus. Yeah.
The scariest thing was you couldn't get that out. Yes, we're living in the times of the corona epidemic, pandemic, influenza thing.
I mean, we're laughing, but it's not something to laugh about.
It's not.
Unfortunately, today in New Jersey was the first time somebody who contracted the virus actually died this morning.
Facts.
And another person was actually contracted.
Persons, 11 cases in Jersey.
Well, person in Little Silver, New Jersey. Yeah, exactly. There was a big thing on the news this morning about that. The person that passed away was in Hackensack. Yeah, it was in Hackensack, New Jersey. I think it's only only 10 states that aren't affected by it, which is scary.
Well, I will say this. Please, everybody, make sure you're washing your hands.
Yes.
Bleach.
Yes.
Make sure that you're keeping yourself, your children, your household, your products clean.
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me the most about the coronavirus is they took that virus for people to buy sanitizer and soap. That's a goddamn shame.
That's the biggest thing right now because you have people buying stuff that
Just
you think
because.
normally that you would normally buy soap and sanitizers and whatnot. But yeah, it was actually, I've seen pictures of people going to the stores and it's looking like
buying toilet paper.
It's looking like the end of the world. Like all the food is out of grocery stores. You have toilet paper, toiletries, sanitizers, Lysol. Lysol is like crack down, the new crack. You got that Lysol, son?
Did you see the women fighting?
Oh
over
yeah,
the toilet paper?
All the toilet paper. Yeah, that went viral.
Listen, y'all.
That went viral over toilet paper.
That just goes to tell you that a lot of people in this world don't wash their ass. Because that's a damn shame. Because nobody should be fighting over soap and sanitizer. That's stuff that you should keep in your house on the regular. Because there are many, many different diseases that come just because. Now, see, I work with kids, so we always teach them, wash your hands. You got to have the soap on your hands for about 20 seconds. Don't put soap on your hand and just put your hands under water. You have to actually coat your hands. And as a health precaution, we were told, don't give the kids just hand sanitizer because you can kill the healthy germs that's on your hands that helps fight against certain skin bacteria. So please be careful how you're using your hand sanitizer and your soap. Just please. To keep yourself clean, to keep your family safe, to keep yourself safe, make sure you take a lot of vitamin E, vitamin C. Make sure you're doing what you got to do, and make sure you wash your ass. Like, clean your hands.
Yeah,
and stuff.
well, not just
not
your
to
hand.
Be funny.
Not just your hand.
Really.
Your whole entire body should be manicured
sanitized
and sanitized, manicured and sanitized. But it's really crazy. Like we just heard about it like a week and a half ago before it entered the United States. They did a big conference with the president who said, why don't we just use the flu vaccination?
How about they said he may have it and he's refusing to get checked? because he was in
Are you
contact.
serious?
Yes, they say he was in contact with it. He refuses to get checked.
Whoa,
that's allegedly, but that was in the news.
Hold on. I didn't hear that, but just the fact that he didn't consult with his advisors. That's why he has
allegedly,
advisors.
But it was in the news.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he didn't go with his advisors,
right?
Just to even, they knew about it prior to coming over to the United States,
right? It
was something that was already going on, in the Asian community overseas.
Shout out to them for going through this. And I mean, shout out like it's a good thing. Like to the people who are actually going through it.
Yeah.
You have my respect and support more than anything else, because I seen people crying online talking about
crazy.
it. And you saw the woman who got her
neck
broke.
It was a woman
taking out the car.
No, it was a woman in the elevator. It was a woman in the elevator, and it was showing how easy it was contracted because she was sent home, and she was sneezing all over her hands. She touched the elevator, but she was weak, so she slid on the elevator buttons. Yeah. You know how many people touched that elevator after her leaving the elevator, and then she walked out holding her face, sneezing. Yeah. So that's an easy.
Please don't sneeze in your hands. You do the vampire cough. You cough inside your elbow.
Yeah, that's what they teach you, not to spread germs. Yeah. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Stryker doing This is doing mad lighting and setting up here. Yeah, this is crazy, man.
I have to get that man a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You heard about Peter Pain? Peter Pain Relief.
I know about Peter Pan. Who's Peter Pan?
Peter Pain Relief.
Peter Pan?
CBDs.
Peter Pan's in the CBD?
CBDs. Non-THC CBDs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. This podcast is brought to you by PeterPainRelief.com. According to the CDC, 1 in 5 Americans, or about 50 million people, suffer from chronic pain. That's 8%, or about 19.6 million, suffer from pain that interferes with their daily lives. And as a result of pain, there are also millions more who suffer from not being able to sleep at night without being prescribed sleeping pills. The rapid success of CBDs is worldwide and is telling us that going natural should be your preferred way to go. Now, there's a viable solution for your aches and pains without all the co-pays and pills. Go to PeterPainRelief.com for more information and for questions about CBD or the products. Send an email to ask@PeterPainRelief.com. That's ask@PeterPainRelief.com. And we're back. This is the Big A Show. I'm your host, Big A. My co-host, Karev.
Yeah.
All right. So, over the weekend, there was a big MMA fight.
Yes, there was.
And 2 females, I can't remember name. They slip in my mind, but it was a brutal slobber knocker. Slobber knocker, as Jay Ross would say, from WWE. It was a slobber knocker. Yeah. They were fighting everywhere. Mm-hmm. Yo, the one female, her head, she had a huge hematoma that started to protrude from her forehead that made her have a Frankenstein-ish type forehead.
She's like a Klingon.
Yeah. No, it was worse than the Klingons, because the Klingons had, at a certain point, she got hit repeatedly in that spot, and her head started to swell. Her whole forehead started to swell.
It's like a Dick Tracy character?
Yo, she looked worse than a Dick Tracy character. She could have been a new Dick Tracy character. Yeah. Her, because not only her forehead, but her cheeks were swelling up.
You know what Dick Tracy is? Get your bars up.
Yeah, it might be time dated there, Moses, but
it don't matter. Hammerhead had a hammerhead.
Wow. Yeah. So it was quite crazy. That MMA fight and the championship, was it bantamweight
for ladies, or probably
for the men? It was bantamweight.
No, lightweight.
Lightweight, was it lightweight?
But that's Israel.
Soya. Yeah. Israel. Adesina versus Romero.
Yeah.
And that was a good fight, but at the beginning they were booing because
slow.
They were pacing themselves.
Yeah, it was too slow
because they both were power hitters, the power punchers.
Everybody likes blood, so they want to see people kill each other, which doesn't even. It takes away from the sport.
No. What they were upset about is because they just saw an epic fight between 2 women that had like the fighters of a Rocky movie. They were going round for round, blow for blow, punch for punch. Like it was the people who judged the fight even said it was hard to really judge it because the scores were very, very tight. Now the champ, she did retain her title, but it was by literally the skin hairs, like literally the skin hairs. Because it actually could have went either way.
So it was fight of the year.
Yes. So far, it was the fight of the year. So
shout out to the ladies; they've been holding it down in almost every sport.
Yeah.
The women have been taking it to the next level.
Shout out to all women because it's Women's Month.
International Women's Month
for all the ladies out there. Shout out to all the ladies out there. Shout out to all the ladies out. But yeah,
who's your favorite women's athlete? How about that? Since it's international, you don't even remember the ladies' names. Who's your favorite female athlete
of all time, or just in this time right here?
All time,
of all times, my number one female.
Because this is a question that most men never answer, and we never have women in our top 10 anythings.
That's not true.
Most men don't. It may not be you.
Yeah,
but most men don't include women in their top anything. So, who would be your favorite female athlete of all time?
Of all time.
All time.
Of all time.
All time.
All times.
Ever.
Time endless.
Whatever.
Okay. I want to say, I know a lot of names run through my mind, like Martina Navratilova. She was a tough athlete. Of course, Serena Williams is one of my all-time favorite athletes.
Serena Williams is a legend.
She's an
Martina Navratilova is a legend. She's
an athlete. They're both athletes, both in tennis. Lisa Leslie comes to mind when it comes to basketball.
Lisa Leslie's incredible.
It's like I'm trying to think who would be my all-time favorite female athlete.
Female athlete of all time.
I want to say honestly because Serena can do more than tennis. I've seen her do more than tennis.
Okay.
You to can't me, go wrong with that. That's one of my favorite. She's one of my top favorite of all time. I'm trying to think the young lady who does golf. Can't think her name. Slipping my mind.
Michelle Wie.
Yeah. She's good. Oh, you on it? You on it? Okay, that's what's up. All right, who are your top?
I have two female athletes that to me are the pinnacle of being a female. I'll say three because Serena. I gotta put Serena up there.
Okay.
Because most people will not appreciate Serena Williams until she's gone.
No, they won't.
They won't. So Serena Williams is definitely one.
Okay.
Nancy Lieberman-Klein is one of my favorite because she was the first woman to ever challenge the NBA to play professional ball, and she tried to be on the Lakers.
Okay.
They called her Lady Magic.
Okay.
So she wanted to be on the Lakers. This was back in the 1980s.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's a little.
And she's now commissioner of the WNBA.
That's why the name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. She's
Nancy
a commissioner.
Lieberman-Klein.
Yeah.
And for real, man, how could we ever forget FloJo or Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Florence Griffith-Joyner?
Yeah.
Them two. And I mean, when we talk about athletes, a lot of us talk about sports, but we forget about Simone Biles.
Okay.
We forget about like
gymnasts.
Dancers like Debbie Allen and Felicia Rashad. They're dancing. That's athletic.
Debbie Allen, one of my favorites.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be real, I think when it comes to women athletes, this is the same argument I have about Black History Month.
Okay.
We pigeonhole it and we don't give them the fair due that they should get.
What do you mean? Elaborate, please.
All right, so like with Black History Month, it seems like we're pigeonhole or force-fed the same people and we don't go out of just the broad.
Okay,
like
the
Black
bubble.
History Month doesn't have to be just Black History pictures as black and white people from back in the day.
No, not at all.
It could be today and contemporary.
Okay.
So even with female athletes, like I want to see Iftiaj Muhammad talked about more.
Okay.
The woman who wore the hijab in the Olympics who did the fencing, for those who didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see us include people like Simone Biles. Like who was the girl before Simone Biles who was the flipping and doing crazy?
Oh.
Dominique Dawes.
Dominique Dawes. I was trying to think of Dominique Dawes. Yeah.
I want to like we should incorporate them in athletics as well. To think about athletes, and especially when you talk about history, we either go too far in the past or we forget about the contemporary people.
True.
And them people that sometimes in the middle we don't hear about. Like where do you think Clarissa Shields is going to be? Where's Layla Ali at?
That's another one. That's another one. Layla Ali. She was a monster. She was actually like a Debo in her time. Like literally, she was a Debo in her time.
Yeah.
Like she had the ferocity as her father.
Yeah.
In the ring.
I mean, even when we talk basketball,
but very ladylike too outside of the ring.
Definitely.
Very ladylike.
Even when
very
we talk
professional.
about basketball, you got like Cheryl Miller, who's like a phenomenon.
Cheryl Swoops.
Tina Thompson, a lot of the WNBA women, Candace Parker.
Yeah.
My favorite WNBA star of all time.
Candace Parker, she's definitely one of my favorites.
Candace Parker is one of your favorites.
One of my favorites too, yeah.
Oh man, you just made me forget the girl's
name. My bad, sorry.
She was on the Minnesota Lynx. They call her Lady Flash. Damn it, yo, he made me forget her name, so I apologize to y'all out there.
Candace Parker's still one of my favorites. You said one of my favorites, bro.
But yeah, man. I mean, Cappie Pondexter is one of my favorites.
Okay.
So when it comes to women's sports, and I know a lot of people have a lot of arguments about women in sports and stuff, but when International Women's Month, we could talk about the political figures and all that. We should talk about their strides in sports, entertainment, and education as well. So I mean, salute to all the women out there that's making moves in life. You know,
Word. So that was definitely good too. Speaking of women, Marvel has their woman coming up.
Marvel what?
Marvel
Comics.
Marvel movie. Marvel MCU.
Black
Widow. Yeah. Black Widow. The Black Widow movie is going to be coming out very soon. The last trailer just dropped yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday, the Black Widow trailer dropped, and it seems it's going to be one of those movies that is a big connective movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be something that's very broad. Well, spoiler warning for those who don't know, she died in the movie Endgame.
Right.
Just Endgame. For those who may not know or up to date, because they're going to see the movie and think she's still alive. So, it's a prequel. It's a prequel. It's a prequel to fill in the gaps from the time. Allegedly, now it's supposed to be showing from the time of Captain America: Civil War. From that time up to Avengers Endgame. It's a whole timeline between gaps that weren't explained.
So basically, they brought this shit out too late. Because it should have came out about a while.
No. It's a reason why. Now I'm going to explain to you. According to Nerds Online, there is a reason why this movie is brought at this specific time, because you have the show. Captain America and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Okay. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Everything is going to be connected because you have General Ross, who's also a big character, who's also supposed to be
Red Hawk.
Red Hawk. So more into that when we get back. This podcast is brought to you by PeterPainRelief.com. According to the CDC, 1 in 5 Americans, or about 50 million people, suffer from chronic pain. That's 8%, or about 19.6 million, suffer from pain that interferes with their daily lives. And as a result of pain, there are also millions more who suffer from not being able to sleep at night without being prescribed sleeping pills. The rapid success of CBDs is worldwide and is telling us that going natural should be your preferred way to go. Now, there's a viable solution for your aches and pains without all the co-pays and pills. Go to PeterPainRelief.com for more information, and for questions about CBD or the products, send an email to ask@PeterPainRelief.com. That's ask@PeterPainRelief.com. All right, we're back. This is the Big A Show. We're back, and we're going to be finishing talking about the Black Widow movie. According to the movie, or insiders, the movie is supposed to be a connective tissue for the following shows: The Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and last but not least, the Loki series.
Okay.
I mean, and remember in Endgame, Loki took the Tesseract,
right,
and bounced,
right,
because they had a mishap, they had a hiccup,
right.
So that moment of being vulnerable, he took that and
set the stage of his own show.
Yeah. Well, not just this show, but a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
For eventually we should see Kang the Conqueror come up.
Okay.
Kang the Conqueror. You know about Kang, though.
Yeah.
You not a fan of Kang?
I don't care about none of that junk, yo.
Nah?
Nah. I'm not interested in Loki. I'm not interested in the Eternals. I'm not interested
that's another movie that's coming out, but I just want to elaborate on the Black Widow, because Black Widow is supposed to be the prominent movie.
I want to see that a little bit, because I like,
and we get to see the Russian version of Captain America. We get the Russian,
the fat dad. Yeah, I know. What they did was take the Incredibles dynamic and bring it back, which is cool.
Well, somewhat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Somewhat, but with a twist, with a Russian twist.
I'm interested in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm interested in Black Widow because Taskmaster is one of my favorite villains. So I would like to see them do that.
Taskmaster is also in the Black Widow movie.
Yeah, he's the villain.
But then also with the Falcon and Winter Soldier movie, or TV show, it's supposed to deal with a lot of social and political issues. One, you know the story about the first actual black super soldier,
Isaiah Washington.
All right,
American X.
So you do know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Isaiah Washington, there's supposed to be a backstory on that. That's supposed to be about that. And then also, believe it or not, you know about Madripoor. Being alluding to mutants and everything else. So it's supposed to be a lot connective tissue.
Well, you'll be the expert on that. I know about the black superheroes because that's what I like.
Yeah, of course, I like it too.
Yeah, all the other stuff.
Yeah. You're not a fan of that? Oh, okay.
I'm slowly getting out of comic books because I don't like how they're going, where they're going.
Speak on it. Speak your mind.
No,
this is the first time I'm hearing about it because usually we have a whole bunch of dialogue about it.
The thing is, I'm just tired of everybody trying to force alternate lifestyles in things.
Yes,
I'm not against people with alternate lifestyles. I'm not for it. I don't care. But the thing is, don't make it so part and apparent of everything that it takes my enjoyment out of things.
Well, the original storyline, I feel like if you're going to tell a story, it should be staying within context,
or make new characters to represent. No, like now they're playing with fluid sexuality in the X-Men.
Yeah,
thing. I'm not into stuff like that. Like, just give me a nice story with characters that I relate to or grew up with and like as who they are. And that's really about it. I'm not really into all this alternate stuff. So to keep it real,
give me an example of a story of a character that you feel like they are changing the original context.
Well, in the X-Men, they did it with Iceman.
Yeah,
a homosexual. Bobby Drake. When that's taboo as hell, like for that time. So why make it now?
They were trying to make it inclusive. Yeah.
Now listen, what they did with Batwoman, that's a new character. I can't get mad at that. That's fine. But in the new
Batwoman, I'm not big on Batwoman.
Well, that's DC Comics. That's Batman's cousin, Catherine Kane.
Okay.
And she's a lesbian, and she has the star of her own book, which I'm not mad at. That's cool, whatever. But then you got stuff like I said, like what they did with Iceman.
Yeah, Bobby. I do remember that. That was controversial when it came out too.
Yeah, and
a lot of people were upset.
And
then
now in Spider-Man, supposedly they want to make Spider-Man either bi or something where MJ is not Mary Jane. MJ is a man.
Wow. Now,
I'm not into that.
Which Spider-Man?
Not a book. Like, they want to do this cinematically.
No, which Spider-Man? That's what I'm asking.
Probably the one that's
because
out
now. They're doing the multiverse, so I want to know. What character? Miles Morales?
No, Peter Parker.
Oh,
because MJ.
Actually, yeah, but there's other MJs with all of them.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking. I'm confused.
Yeah, because MJ, I know is Mary Jane, but what they want to say is they never said MJ had to be a girl. MJ could be a male's acronym. So they were playing with the idea of making an alternate lifestyle of Spider-Man. I'm just like, I'm not with that. Cause I don't even like the new Spider-Man that's out right now.
Which one?
The new one. The movies? I don't like the movies.
You don't want to tell me?
I don't like the movies. Because that's not Peter Parker. That was Miles Morales' story in the first movie.
Well, in the first one, yeah.
So in that second one, I was so turned off by how they stole Miles Morales' story. I didn't support that. I thought it was trash. I don't want to.
Yeah, I remember you were very upset about the first one.
Yeah, I didn't like it. That wasn't Spider-Man.
I got an earful of here.
And then even with DC Comics, like the firing of Dan DiDio from DC. Now, supposedly from the outside looking in, he was fired because he wanted to get away from legacy characters. And what he was saying is, we can't keep telling the same stories for 80 years.
But that also came with the merger.
Well, no, not necessarily, because Scott Snyder is like the hottest thing in DC Comics, and he didn't want to do 5G, and that's what caused the rift.
With the 5G? For those,
with the characters.
So with the characters alone, because a lot of people may not know about the merger.
So let me give you context of the 5G.
Yeah.
AT&T owns Time Warner, which owns DC Comics or DC Entertainment. And so to release their 5G phones, they wanted to update the lines with more promotion. So 5G was going to be the updating of the DC legacy into aging out the heroes through hyper time.
Yeah. So
Batman was going to not be in the cape and cowl. Luke Fox, who was Lucius Fox's son, was going to be Batman. So that was the Black Batman he talked about from like last or 2 summers ago.
Okay.
Superman was going to be aged out, and his son was going to be Superman.
That sounds amazing because it's Superman and he doesn't age. He's not a human. So
he ages, but he ages slowly.
Yeah.
And then you got the Superman that got cancer, They had to live in the sun to stay alive.
Okay.
So yeah, like weird stuff. And then Wonder Woman was supposed to be old.
Yeah.
And Captain Cold Jr. was supposed to become the new Flash.
Captain Cold Jr.?
Yeah, some crap. So
how the hell?
So that was how they were going to age the characters out and give you new characters.
Wow.
And then the old characters were going to have books, but the books were going to be like, instead of like the $3.99 for comics, they were going to be $7.99.
So they up in the ante of the
bigger
price.
books, right? So if you want to keep the old characters, buy it. If you want to support, get the new ones. And Marvel did the same thing when they did all new Marvel. When Captain Marvel came out as the Indian young lady, Miles Morales came out. They had
and that's actually gonna be. I mean, that's gonna be the next big phase that they'll be pushing is Miss Marvel.
Whatever.
Miss Marvel. Her name is Miss Marvel, not Captain Marvel.
But yes, Miss Marvel, I apologize. Because she's also the star in the Avengers video game coming out. So they made that character off of the all-new Marvel to see what would stick. And us in America personally know that the establishment will not have a black Batman that have that stick. So because we love affluential America, Bruce Wayne will always be Batman. And they actually had Catwoman get pregnant. He's gonna have a daughter with her, and they were gonna push the story forward. So supposedly Dan DiDio got let go or fired because he wants to change the look of the line, and they got rid of him.
Wow.
And that's why we have all these rumors now of Marvel possibly taking over DC or Disney buying DC, which I would personally be a fan of myself.
Why is that?
Because then you have somebody with some continuity who knows what the hell they're doing.
Speaking of who in particular?
Speaking of the people who run Disney Entertainment, because then DC has such great stories that their cartoons should not be the only thing that's selling. The actual movie should be selling. Like I wanted, like that Red Sun Superman cartoon. That was a good book. Okay, I would love to see that.
I didn't read that, but speaking of the marketers behind Disney, recently Bob Iger announced that he'll be stepping down within 2 years. Right. In 2 years, he'll be actually stepping down from the.
I thought it was this year.
No.
He said he was going to take it to 2021, but he's stepping down this year.
Okay.
That Disney Plus was his last big thing.
I thought it was going to be at the end of 2021.
I thought it was this year. I could be wrong. We'll first find out. Everybody out there watching, you can look at it too and find out.
But Bob Iger, who was the spearhead and the catalyst behind getting Kevin Feige in the position that he's in right now, also getting Marvel starting in the way it is right now, also the big change in Star Wars, which is another big move for Disney, and all the marketing schemes that Disney has done over the last 15 years. Right. Over the last 15 years.
And he put a tech guy in his place, so the streaming service is going to be number one.
Absolutely.
And not only has he done tech, the other guy also had his hands in parks. Yeah. So the future of Star Wars is supposed to be photo technology. Yeah. So I went to Star Wars Land in Disney World.
Oh, explain that. That's right.
Star Wars Land was a disappointment.
Why?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Explain.
I went down there to create my own lightsaber.
Yes. Hold on. For those who don't know Karev, this guy has been talking about this for months.
Yeah, I love Star Wars.
Prior to going down there, our personal conversation. So all he's been talking about is making his own lightsaber.
I wanted to make my own lightsaber. So I went down there without knowledge of knowing that I had to make a reservation 6 months in advance to make a lightsaber. Yes. And then,
you said 6 months?
180 days. So 6 months to make a lightsaber. And then there were certain rides me and my lady, we couldn't ride because we didn't have reservations. So when we got to the park, it was big signs that said, if you have not made your reservation and you're not in the company 46 through 73, this ride will not be available to you at any time.
That's crazy.
Then another thing, like I said, like Star Wars is like a 2-day thing. Okay. I was doing a lot of it in one day, being a little kid, taking pictures. You can go to Heritage Hip Hop on Instagram to see all the pictures I took.
Yeah, I see all your pictures.
But when you go, right? We didn't know you had to make reservations to ride rides. We didn't know you needed reservations to go into certain stores. You had to have a reservation.
Whoa. You heard me? Whoa. To spend your own hard-earned
you had to make a reservation to go to the cantina where you get the park-specific beer and drinks. They had standing room only for people who made reservations because the people got there early got to sit down.
Hold on, you kidding me? So in order to spend your money, you're coming there to be a consumer of their products. Yeah. To get stuff. Yeah. To get purchase their items. Yep. And heirlooms, not heirlooms. Excuse me. Products that you want to take home for gifts and whatnot. And they're making you make a request to buy.
You gotta make a reservation. So to let everybody know, when you go to the store, it's called the Den of Antiquities.
Okay.
You can go buy lightsabers. Yeah. They're just not yours.
Wow.
So I wanted to walk away with something special. So my favorite Jedi is Mace Windu.
Yeah.
So I got the gold and white.
Yeah.
You know, with the purple joint on it, right? Yeah. But I wanted my own. So I wanted mine to be wood and or black and chrome or purple and silver, like Heritage Hip Hop. I wanted my own customized saber. Okay. And the only sabers you could customize were the kids' ones. They were plastic. I'm not coming home with that.
With a kid saber?
It was a kid lightsaber. It was plastic.
Oh, okay.
So that basically killed a lot of enjoyment. Now, as far as the park is phenomenal.
Okay.
If you really are into Star Wars, it's so many like Easter eggs on the ground, in the rocks, the birds and stuff that you hear.
Hold on. So with the rides, you also had to make a request to get on the rides too.
Yeah, certain rides certain rides you had to make a reservation.
So did you get on any rides while you're down?
Yes, I got on about 2 or 3, but all together there's like 6 or 7 down there.
So how long did you have to wait for the rides that you were able to get on? How was the wait time?
I went to single rides. I was in there quick.
Oh.
I didn't go with a group. We went to single rides. So we saw the Star Wars documentary.
Okay.
We did some of the rides and stuff.
Okay.
I did the best one I did, the ride was the one where you actually got to drive the Millennium Falcon.
Really?
That was dope. And like and depending on your score, depends on how they like reward you. That was hot.
Wow.
But for everybody out there like Star Wars, if you want to go, it's worth going. Of course, get the experience. But if you want to make your own lightsaber, like nobody really wanted to make their own droids. That was for kids.
Kids.
And it was like $100 for a droid, which is okay. The lightsabers are $215.
But that's your personalized. But that's your personal lightsaber.
And that's without the clip to go on your belt, and that's without the that stand to put it on.
Okay.
Now, if you buy one that's already made,
you get a mantle stand to put it like on
you
your
have to buy that.
Something.
You have to buy that.
You have to buy that.
So that's not something that it comes with. So when you buy your own, it's like $160, but you have to buy the blade.
So hold on,
and everything
the
with
stand itself is $160.
No, the stand was like $15.
Oh, okay.
The lightsaber, depending on who you got, was the price of the lightsaber. So I had Mace Windu. That was $160.
Yeah.
I think Darth Vader was like $200.
Well, yeah, Darth Vader is a popular character, so people know.
And then they have the exclusive. So Ben Solo, not Kylo Ren. Ben Solo has his own lightsaber that you only see one time in the movie, and that's on sale too for $185.
What?
Like it got different prices. It was interesting, man. Wow. But if you love Star Wars, go to it. I'm not going to tell you not to support it. Go see it. You know what I'm saying? But. Yeah. I ain't walk away like, oh my God, I gotta do this again. I'm like, damn, I gotta do this again to get a lightsaber. You know what I'm saying?
So all right. After all said and done, would you go back?
I want
after
my
making
lightsaber.
your 180 days reservation?
Yeah,
would you go back?
I want my own lightsaber.
It's really worth it to do it.
Like, here's the bottom line, y'all. If you want to buy a pre-existing lightsaber, just go buy one. Okay. If you want to make your own, and this is the catch to making your own, if you want to make your own, if you buy a crystal, it changes the color of your personal lightsaber. So if I had a red crystal, I'll put it in my lightsaber is red. I had a white one, it's just white. I could just take it out and put it in. So it's interchangeable. It's
How long does the crystals last? That's
as long as the batteries that you put inside of your lightsaber hilt.
Okay, so you could change the batteries.
You got to change the batteries, and the batteries it takes like 6 AA batteries.
Wow.
But when you turn it on, it's like. And it does the sound.
Make the noise here. Okay.
And the same crystals when you buy a holocron speak.
Really?
So they had like the purple one, Mace Windu would talk. The blue one, Luke Skywalker would talk. The green one, either Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon Jinn would talk, depending on or Yoda, whichever one you got.
Oh, they have one for Yoda too?
Yeah. If you got a red crystal and a red holocron box, it's a toss-up between Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Darth Sidious, Count Dooku.
Hold on, so they had all the Jedis and the Siths.
Yeah, and then if you put the 2 holocrons on top of each other, they turn purple for the blue and the red, and they talk to each other and they fight. What? It was hot. Like, they had good stuff.
That sounds cool. That's for like, people that are into that.
Now, if you want to know the prices, they ripping you because the box
that sounds like $500.
No, the box was $50 and each crystal was $15.
Okay.
The to customize your own saber and get nothing extra with it was $215.
Just for the non-customization.
To make your own saber.
Customize.
The non-customizable ones, you had like they gave you a menu, like you was at a restaurant, and you got to see and pick every saber so you could get your own. Okay. So you had Luke, Obi-Wan, I think the Count Dooku with the curve hilt.
Okay.
Ahsoka Tano with the 2.
Okay, with the double.
You had the Jedi Imperial Guard with the yellow.
Okay.
So they had lots of stuff there. So
how much is Imperial Guard? Did you check it out?
I think it was like 130 because they're like the least popular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're really the most least popular.
But like when you went to the Jedi Museum,
who's your favorite?
My favorite Jedi?
Yeah,
lightsaber
or Sith or Jedi.
Definitely Jedi.
All right, I mean, you know,
I like the Sith.
I like the Sith too. I like the Jedi's, but
the only like Jedi I like is Mace Windu. I don't like nobody else.
No, I love Mace Windu
and Ahsoka Tano.
But I also like what was my man name with the red? Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, yeah.
Darth Maul.
Who's still alive, by the way? Shout out to him.
Mace Windu was supposed to be alive too, allegedly.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly. But yeah, Striker, who's your character?
My favorite Sith character?
Yeah,
Jedi, whatever.
Your favorite Jedi?
Oh, my favorite Jedi? Yoda.
Yoda? Okay.
Yoda?
Yeah.
So he gonna like the new movies.
But I'm about to say,
Yoda,
and speaking of Yoda, season 2 of The Mandalorian is supposed to be coming out at the end of this year, 2020.
Well, until y'all get to see that, I urge y'all, if y'all have never seen Clone Wars, get into that Clone animated series because it's that good.
Yeah, you were talking about the Clone Wars.
Star Wars is so political.
I haven't gotten into that. Yeah, I haven't gotten into
Star Wars is political.
Yeah.
Like we talk about coronavirus, they got episodes of people put diseases on planets and all type. It's political, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So if you know about that political side of life, about tariffs and taxes, bankers and all that, and you know people be like, nah, the man did this and all that. Yo,
we all know somebody who you're the man, brother. Yeah. You got to be careful, man.
So Star Wars, like I was surprised to learn that the Sith were actually government. They're not really just So Darth Plagueis was the head of the banking planet. And then that's how he got Sidious into politics through the banking system, which sounds crazy like American history.
What wasn't Palpatine his
Padawan?
Padawan? Yeah.
Yeah, his apprentice.
Okay. His apprentice, not Padawan.
So yeah, he grafted him into the Sith through knowing the banking system.
Wow.
And then putting him in politics.
Wow.
So every person Palpatine got, he put in political power to do what he wanted, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
That is bugged out. That's not the streets.
Yeah. We go on a little come up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a break right now. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. It's the Big A Show. This podcast is brought to you by PeterPainRelief.com. According to the CDC, 1 in 5 Americans, or about 50 million people, suffer from chronic pain. That's 8%, or about 19.6 million, suffer from pain that interferes with their daily lives. And as a result of pain, there are also millions more who suffer from not being able to sleep at night without being prescribed sleeping pills. The rapid success of CBDs is worldwide and is telling us that going natural should be your preferred way to go. Now, there's a viable solution for your aches and pains without all the co-pays and pills. Go to PeterPainRelief.com for more information and for questions about CBD or the products. Send an email to ask@PeterPainRelief.com. That's ask@PeterPainRelief.com. And we're back. I'm your host, Big A. And
this is Karad right here.
And we got Striker.
Finish him.
Striker.
Finish him.
Striker wins.
Friendship? Again?
Babality.
Shout out to the Joker on MK11.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mortal Kombat for being one of the most relevant games for over a century. I feel like a century.
Yeah.
I say a century.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, but
we've seen them through. Then they got corny and they came back.
Yo,
shout out to Spawn that come out next week.
Yeah, no, the 28th.
No, the 17th, early access.
So they
fighter pack. I got that.
Anyway, yeah, but Spawn is supposed to be a very, very anticipated character coming to Mortal Kombat. Did you see his skills? Did you see his weaponry?
Did you see Malboja?
Did you hear the voice?
Keith David. Shout out to the man.
Money the Bird.
Spawn, HBO TV.
Yo,
classic stuff.
Yeah. I'm actually excited about that. Speaking of excitement, one of the most iconic groups just recently had a member kicked out over politics.
Yeah, man.
Flavor Flav was actually kicked out of Public Enemy. Now, this is a group that's actually listed in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man.
And now one of its prominent, most belligerent,
flamboyant,
I could go on and on and describe this man. I personally met him way before the series of
Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love, yeah, and
Yeah, man.
it the way he acts on TV is literally that is really Flavor Flav.
All right.
But the thing is, it makes me it surprises me as a fan of hip hop and watching groups and people, because it seems like it seemed like more of a personal vendetta than just a show up. I mean,
yeah,
the kicking him out of the group over not showing up, where the head member Chuck D felt like Flav always seemed to abandon his political appearances.
right.
I mean, Karev. I mean, I see you as I'm talking. You're just shaking your head and you're looking. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I'm confused more than anything. 'Cause
Why?
Public Enemy is, you know me. I have two favorite rap groups of all time, 1A and 1B, Public Enemy and Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I know.
My favorite rap groups ever.
So
Yeah, so
Wu-Tang.
So, see, it's hard because, you know, Flav goes through a lot of things. So they know each other more personal. So I can only speak from the outside looking in. And that's exactly what Chuck was talking about.
Okay.
He said he's been through a lot with Flav and he wants him to go get some help.
Okay.
So,
And in Flavor Flav's defense, he had a rebuttal and said, "Hey, I've been clean for over 10 years. It's been over a decade. I've been clean. I haven't had any issues with drugs or anything like that. I've been sober minded." So he felt like that was a personal attack.
true.
To even bring something up of a previous weakness, as some would label it.
Yeah, but even when Chuck said that, he said he wouldn't know the difference between Barry Sanders and Bernie Sanders. That was messed up.
Yeah,
And
that was real
But
messed
Chuck
up.
also said if it was for a bag, you would be there. You wouldn't even come out to support Harry Belafonte, who's a prominent member in civil rights activist movements and everything. So, like I said, we're looking at it from the outside looking in. And what I saw a interview, I can't remember the guy's name, on YouTube with Professor Griff. Now, Griff is somebody that's very interesting to know because he got kicked out of Public Enemy before as well.
Yes, but he's very prolific and
He's very outspoken.
He's very outspoken.
But that's the thing. Flav is not outspoken.
No.
Flav is more of the jester.
No, Flavor's not just
the
a
group.
gesture, but he has common sense. Like he is like the gesture, but you got to
Of the
remember
group, I'm just saying.
of the group. But
Right.
he's very intelligent.
And when you hear stuff like when you basically hear stuff like he wasn't down because he didn't like his likeness being used, I understand that, and I agree with Flav. If you're not gonna do it, don't use the likeness.
Yeah.
Say it was just Chuck D of Public Enemy Radio. Don't say it was Public Enemy and use Flavor Flav in the likeness.
Yeah, I understand that.
And then on Flav was like, no, Griff said, Chuck D is the same guy who said, and by the time I get to Arizona, one of my favorite Public Enemy songs, neither party is mine, not the jackass or the elephant. What are they really doing now?
They're endorsing the jackass,
a candidate. So then,
but
like,
not a jackass.
But the Democratic Party,
the symbol.
So my thing is, like, from the outside looking in, if somebody made or changed Chuck's mind, that's very interesting.
Yeah,
I want to hear from him about that, not just hearing about Flav, because people been getting at Chuck D on Twitter, and he's like, you can hate me all you want, go follow Flavor Flav, go to him. He needs help. Y'all need to go follow him and talk to him. He said, I'm tired of this. I got sued twice by this guy. He put it out there. He's like, Flav.
Like I said, it's
a lot
sound
going on.
personal.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like something more of something that a group.
This hurts my heart. That's
you
all
would
I'm
normally
saying.
see in a group. Yeah, and these are iconic figures. These are iconic hip hop legends that shouldn't have let political influence their decision of friendship and business.
So my question is, who is Public Enemy? Is it Chuck D, Professor Griff, the S1Ws, and DJ Lord? Because Terminator X ain't there, hasn't been in a long time.
Terminator X.
Sister Soldier isn't there, hasn't been in a long time.
Yeah.
So I mean, the last woman on the Public Enemy album was Soleil, and she's married to Professor Griff. Salute to them too. I respect them both highly because they live their message.
Yeah.
But my thing is like now, how Public Enemy is not just a music group. Come on, they had connections to the NOI, yo.
Yeah.
They had Harry Allen, the media assassin. Like it was so many people that's engrafted within the movement of Public Enemy. Yeah. So like,
what happened to Fight the Power?
Man,
I mean that was one of them.
Got jobs. I guess I don't know.
That was actually one of the most iconic songs.
That's one of the most prolific songs in hip hop history.
And
next to the message.
Yeah, next to the message. And I tell you, like the same people who made this message now, and you look at them years to come, you know, like Jay would say, you see a hero end up seeing himself as a villain, like. And he's getting,
that's human nature. That's human nature.
Yeah, it's kind of that's how it's looking like now, right now.
Yeah, so I think the saddest thing is that Bernie Sanders is going to be looked at as the reason why they broke up, and not anything else.
Yeah, he's alluded to it. Can you turn my mic a little bit? Yeah, he's a little alluded to it, but I mean he's going to be connected to it because this happened during a support. You know,
yes.
The time of his
and with Bernie Sanders running for president, and even how that's going on his part, because Bernie Sanders, I don't know if you say you don't want to really get into politics and not have a political person here to really back it up. Yeah, and I understand. I don't want to walk that slope with you. Yeah. But I will tell you this: Bernie Sanders is not doing good in these polls.
No, he's not.
And the Public Enemy is a reason why he's not. Also, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, you know, he'll be correlated. This campaign will always be correlated with Bernie because of the split up, or not the split up, the kick out of the group. So
Jesus,
let's
go.
Yeah, that's crazy. But also music now. Speaking of music, you know, Public Enemy being a legendary group, you have Meg Thee Stallion now, who's now like a prolific artist of her own. And it's Women's Month, so we can talk about a woman.
Shout out to the ladies out there.
Shout out to the ladies out there. We love you, ladies. Love you, ladies. Big A, love the ladies. No, but all jokes aside, Meg Thee Stallion came clear about her problems with her deal.
Right.
I want to call it like a 360 deal because she signed under 2 independent labels.
Right.
And then went from having the one label having their lawyer as her lawyer to going to having another lawyer. Yeah. So, but long story short, she's got a court restraining order because they were trying to prohibit her from making music, and she just came out with a EP,
new album,
an EP,
Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar EP. It's called that EP because it wasn't an album, it's EP.
Okay. Project.
Yeah, it's EP. So and she's fighting that, but yeah. What do you think about that?
I think this is the reason why people should follow www.heritagehiphop.com, because we make sure we teach these new artists about the game, how to establish themselves as a business, to go into a label or a partnership with a label and not being a handout or a slave that's being dictated to because of the label.
Yeah.
I think if you read the paperwork or have an independent person read the paperwork for you, you set yourself up better than just saying, oh yeah, just go with this. We got you. Yeah. You're going to be a star.
You know what? I'm going to ask you, because you have a lot of history with lawyers and legal stuff in the past. If you're in this situation, what would you have done? Striker, too. For people who can't see, Striker. I'm asking Striker because he has the history. I'll slide the mic over.
I would have went to my attorney first, but where she messed up was she didn't have an attorney before the contract was signed.
Right.
Yes. And that actually was the biggest thing that people were saying, that it wasn't that she just signed it without an attorney, but she didn't have her own representation.
Exactly.
Her own representation, and that's where a lot of people make their mistake, is dealing with, like, if I'm signed to you, but then I go sign to him. Before I signed to you or him, I should have had somebody to represent me. Read the first contract before signing with you and the second contract.
Let me tell you something. Have y'all ever read recording artist contracts?
I've seen one before.
All right, so
I've
listen.
seen one, And if you don't know the verbiage,
yeah,
if you don't know the verbiage,
yeah,
you can get caught up.
Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Artists have sent me their contracts to look over it for them, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Not even the verbiage is written like a SAT test.
Yes.
So like when they say known entity and thus galaxy, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, unless you're making songs for like Alien, like you can't get out your contract unless you buy out.
Yes.
Or you really just wait it out.
Yeah.
Because from the rumors that I heard, and this is allegedly, I don't know, but for fact, I didn't see it myself. There's groups that lost their deals or who had horrible deals, and in the contract it stated even if you don't make music, if you work a regular job, we still take a percentage of that regular check that you make, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
And that's fact, y'all.
Yeah.
The language.
Yeah. The language.
Yeah.
Yeah, language.
Legalese. That's the name of the language.
Say that again, Striker.
Legalese.
Legalese?
Legalese.
Legalese.
Legalese. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lawyer language.
Yeah.
Which is bull, because you can't put it in English. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Black's Law Dictionary. You may get you a Black's Law Dictionary. Anyway, this has been the first episode of the Big A Show, Season 2. I'm your host, Big A, Karev,
You.
and Striker.
Finish him.
And thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon.
Hey.
What?
They said we couldn't do it again.